Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm out here today to test a little something. This is something I found at my local Canadian Tire. It's a pull start fire. Let me get you in closer and we'll have a better look at it. So I was walking around the store looking at a few things, and I happened to catch pull start fire. Drew my attention. I wanted to look in and see what it was. It shows a fire pit, shows a tent, shows a hiker, and a camper van. There's 3 in the box. No matches, windproof, 200 miles per hour? Really? That's a pretty hefty claim. Lights wet wood. All right. Burns for 30 minutes. According to the instructions on the back of the box, the package has 2 strings, a green and a red. You put the green string over a log. You build your fire lay around it. You pull the red cord and away it goes. Now, I don't have a ton of faith in it. And there's 3 in a box, and it was $15 for the box. So it's not something I would carry with me regularly. But just because of the claims that it has and the pull start fire, I got to see this. I figured if I got to see it, you may want to see it as well. So let's get set up and see how this works. So the first thing we need is some wood. And it just so happens they claim on the box that it will light wet wood. It has rained every day this week. Not all day long, but rains at night, rains in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon. It was actually raining this morning before I came out here. And I just happened to have this piece of log that I didn't cut when I was here last time. And it's just been laying on the ground. So it is wet. It may be a little dry on the inside. We'll find out once we cut it up. Yeah, the inside's pretty dry, but you can see the outer edges are wet. Yeah, there's a big knot in that. But if we really want to test this wet wood ignition, here's my old split and stump. And it's been laying on the ground, split side up, all week. If that's not wet, I don't know what is. So here's what it looks like. Give me a second to put the box away where it's dry. Back in the bag. Pull start fire, no matches, windproof, 200 miles per hour. Lights wet wood, burns for 30 minutes. Got a green string at one end, red string at the other. Let's get this thing opened up. Whew. Definitely has a stink to it. Warning, flammable. Outdoor use only. No kidding. Okay, so here's the green string. And I'm going to try and set this up. Put the green string around one of the logs. I'm going to tie a simple knot in it just to make sure the string doesn't move when I pull. Now, what I'm going to try and do is pull this red string out gently, as far as I can. Now, they say it'll like wet wood. I'm going to give it a slight edge by using my drier stuff first. Still a bit damp, but it's drier. Now these are soaked. So I'm going to place that on there like that. Here's my other wettest one. Nope, this one is. Okay. So I'm going to leave this up here because I want to see how it lights. I'm going to try and bring the camera in close so that we can watch it go. I will pull the red string and then I will add the rest of the wood. Here's our string. And of course, it didn't hold it in far enough or hard enough. So let's try and wedge it with the wood. Well, it's burning. And it stinks. Burning. Now I realize I've gone to the extremes of using the wettest wood I could find. But to be honest, they started it claiming they could withstand 200-mile-an-hour winds and light wet wood. Well, If you can withstand 200-mile-an-hour winds, let's see how wet is wet. Got to admit it, it's going strong. But like I said, at $15 for 3, it's not something I would use all the time. And with the size of them, it's not something I would warrant carrying in my pack all the time. But I had to try them out. Car camping? Yeah, I could see that, because then you've got the space to carry it. Hiking in? Not worth the hassle of bringing something that big and trying to keep it from getting banged around too much. I think it's more for the novelty of lighting a fire without using a match or a lighter or anything else. Pull a string and watch it go. This wet log here is all charred on the back, and it's drying out and burning. This log that was all damp is burning as well. Well, it's blackened and it's starting to form a coal, and it's going to go. It's been burning for a half hour now. It's charred the really wet wood, but in all fairness, they claimed it could do it. I just had to prove wrong. So now I'm going to give it a helping hand and add in some of the dry wood that I have under the tarp. I split it into smaller pieces. We'll try and give it a hand and set that to burn. Well, we know it lights. It actually lights very well. And I'm sure if I would have went with damp wood instead of soaking wet wood, it would have worked a whole lot better. But they wanted to go to the extremes, so I had to go to the extremes. So, like I said, I went to extremes. That wood was just a bit too wet. But never underestimate the power of dry cedar. I had a little bit of dry cedar under the tarp, and all I kept doing was adding a few small pieces. And now you're not going to stop that. It's gone. It's going to burn all that wood. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for coming along. Always wonderful trying new things with you guys. I hope you liked what you saw. And like I said, I don't plan on using these all the time. They're way too expensive. 15 bucks for 3? I mean, $5 to light a fire? I don't think so. That ain't gonna happen. $5 at the dollar store, I can buy enough cotton and Vaseline to light 100 fires. All right. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I put out a new video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.